Hi guys, it's Abby. This is an introduction video to a new series I'm starting on progressions, specifically progressed moons. So I thought I would just get up ridiculously early in the morning and do this video for you before I go to work. When I say ridiculously early, I mean I woke up at 3 a.m. Look, somebody made this for me. This is a fidget spinner because I'm like a 4-year-old, but somebody made this. It's so cool, right? So awesome. Okay, so progressions. I want to talk about what progressions are first. Your natal chart is your natal chart for life, but when you look at a progress chart, it's your natal chart sped up one day for every year you've been alive. And it basically shows how your natal chart is expressing itself today. So how you're using the potential of it, your evolving needs, specifically that's the lunar progression. So the moon itself has to do with your progressed needs. And I just want to show you an example. So I'm just going to bring up Planet Watcher. Okay, so let's say you were born October 12th, 1987. So this is a rudimentary chart, obviously. If you look at this chart, this is the basic chart without the house placements of someone born in 1987. Let's say that they wanted to know what their progress chart looks like today. So it would have been exactly 30 years, right? So really we just have to advance this by a month. So I'll hit a month. So the November 11th chart of this person is exactly what their progress chart will look like today's time, because it's like 30 days, 30 years. I hope that made sense to you guys. So it's super slow moving. The fastest thing in the chart is actually the moon, which is why it's the easiest thing to track, and it's also really useful. And I'm actually going to show you my progress chart so you can see what I'm talking about. The moon specifically, like I said, it has to do with your evolving needs. That's the inside, so it's your general emotional climate, and it takes about 2.5 years for your progressed moon to change signs, because it takes 2.5 days for the regular moon to change signs, you know, in transit. It's a huge deal, like when a progressed planet changes signs or houses or direction. Like when you have a sign change in your moon, you can really tell because your whole emotional outlook changes. Also, on the outside of your life, your relationships change, and that's really the key thing to the lunar progressions, is how you feel on the inside, your personal needs, and that, as within so without, so that's reflected in the relationships you have with people. So I'm going to show you my own chart, and I've posted my natal chart a few times on this channel. So if you look at like the interceptions, I go into detail about my chart because I have a lot of interceptions, but I'm just going to bring up my natal chart first so you can see what it looks like. Like you can see all of my natal planets are pretty much in Aries here, all the personal planets. I have Moon in Leo over here. My Pisces rising is here. So when you have a progress chart, most of these outer planets are not going to change much because they're so slow. It's really the inner planets, and this is why my chart is a good example because they're all grouped together here. These inner planets you're going to see in the next chart are going to change, and this moon is going to change a lot. So now I will go back and show you my progress chart as of today. Now this is my current progress chart. So you can see my progressed ascendant is now in Taurus at 20 degrees, so it's got almost an entire 60 degrees. My progressed sun is at the very end of Taurus here, so when it goes into Gemini, that'll be like a huge life change because it takes 30 years for your sun to change signs. So my Mercury and Venus, which were in Aries if you remember, are now in Gemini. Mars, which was in Aries, is now in Taurus. My progressed moon is over here in Sagittarius right now. You can see like these outer planets are all still in the same signs that they are in my natal chart. They're all still retrograde. They're in Libra here. Neptune is still retrograde in Sag. So it'll take a while. Like eventually some of them will go direct. I think my Jupiter goes direct in a year or two, which will be interesting. But yeah, this is what the progress chart looks like. Now I'm just going to show you an example of how you can look at your natal and progress charts together. This is my natal chart, and the progressions are on the outside. And you can see here that my Taurus progressed sun is in my natal second house. Most of these planets are in the second and third houses. You can see that my progressed moon in Sag is in my 9th house. So that's kind of important. And the reason that that's important is because the natal houses are a little bit more key to what's going on in your life than the progressed houses. So when I look at mine, I think primarily, oh, my progressed moon is moving through my natal 9th house. But secondary to that, if I looked in the progressed chart, it's in the progressed 7th house. So there's like an undercurrent of partnerships and relationships. So I kind of like to blend those together when I think about my progressed moon. But yeah, that's a little intro. If you have any questions on progressions or comments or anything, just leave them below and I will do my best to answer everything I can. That's it. So I will be releasing my first video very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.